Accused of harassing his neighbors with racial slurs and more, remains in jail following a protest outside his home.
Edward Cagney Matthews was led out of his house in Mount Laurel Monday by members of a SWAT team. Demand for his arrest grew as a video of a racist rant directed at a black neighbor went viral. CBS 2's Alexandria Hoff has more.
It was a dramatic home removal for a man who many claim had been harassing neighbors outside of his Mount Laurel home for years.
It's not Africa.
Friday, 45-year-old Edward Cagney Matthews was charged with bias, intimidation, and harassment after police were called to the 3600 block of Gramercy Way. Shortly after, a disturbing video went viral where police say Matthews was shouting offensive and racial slurs.
This monkey over here, this monkey over here.
Monday afternoon, protesters arrived to his home demanding police take Matthews into custody.
These charges were put in front of a judge. The judge decided that they should be on a summons. So that evening, Mr. Matthews was released.
This is America. We all live here. We can't put up with this.
Several years ago, Aaliyah Robinson's daughter, Jasmine, lived in an apartment below Matthews in a different nearby apartment complex. Once the recent video was shared online, she decided to upload the one that she had taken years back.
So now here I go looking like a they're calling the cops.
He said he was part of a gang, something about a 5-star general, something about pagans.
Another neighbor told us at least 10 others have been continually harassed for the color of their skin.
He used a BB gun to shoot their windows out. He smeared dog feces all over their car.
I totally understand why the protesters were here today. They had seen videos that weren't available to us on Friday night that were even worse.
The protest that had remained calm all day got heated as police and SWAT units pulled Matthews from his home. Several bottles were thrown at Matthews' home and at police, but many community members urged that action to stop.
That was CBS 2's Alexandria Hoff reporting from Mount Laurel in South Jersey. Prosecutors say Matthews will remain in jail until a hearing, which will likely happen on Friday.
We turn our attention now to a disgusting display that led to charges being filed against one South Jersey man and brought a community together in protest.
A large one, in fact. It all started with the video showing the 45-year-old Mount Laurel resident screaming racist slurs and threatening his neighbors on Friday. And the now viral clip, he called for people to show up at his home, and that is exactly what has happened.
Action News reporter George Solis live in that neighborhood with this developing story. George, let us know what you're learning about this.
Yeah, Gray and Sarah, this has been a very active scene here all morning and afternoon. Protesters have been growing by the hour. Many of them prepared to stay for the long haul. Many of them prepared with signs, many of them with chairs. Take a look behind you. You can see some of the activity here as they have staged outside of this man's home. This crowd has grown exponentially, especially as more people have watched this already viral video. Now, things have been peaceful, but there have been a few tense moments. Tensions and tempers flared Monday on Gramercy Way in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. The anger and outrage centered on this.
Back up. Keep backing up. Back up. Keep backing up. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
An explosive interaction between neighbors caught on video back on July 2nd is now part of a police investigation.
It's not Africa.
Oh, this side. I was born in America.
Well, you know what common ground is.
According to police, the man in the video in the green shirt is 45-year-old Edward Cagney Matthews.
This over here, this over here, both have videotape of you putting your hands on me.
Matthews now faces harassment and bias intimidation charges connected to the dispute that, according to neighbors, stem from months of issues with the development's HOA board, including this racial slur written on a board member's fence, and years of allegations of harassment of others. Allegations Matthew appeared to address in the video as he uses slur after racial slur.
And you want to know where I was when all this happened?
I don't care.
At work.
I don't care where you were.
At morgue. Just like I told the Mount Laurel police.
The tirade continued even as an officer showed up.
You know what? Hold on. No. I'm going to let you do your thing. Go talk to these.
Before the video ends, Matthew gave out his home address, seemingly encouraging protesters who arrived on cue. Matthews later came out to address the crowd, only to be ushered back inside his home.
We're not just going to let him harass people, especially black people, within this community or any community.
Jasmine Tazinski and her mother, Aaliyah Robinson, showed up to protest and claimed they too were victimized by Matthews in years past.
We have tried to get justice, and if we got justice, this wouldn't be happening now.
And again, a live look at the scene here in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Again, protesters coming in and out. This crowd only growing larger by the moment, it seems. Mount Laurel police said Matthews faces harassment and bias intimidation charges. It's unknown at this point if he's under investigation for any prior allegation. Now, the agency did put out a statement along with the information this afternoon saying they do not condone any of the behavior seen in that video. We're live in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. George Solis, Channel 6. Action News. Back to you.
All right, George, we'll stay on that for sure.
What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Tuesday. I'm doing well myself. Well, it took 2 years for them to bring Frank Cagney Matthews to justice. You understand? And as a result of that, he got 8 years, but from what I understand, he's only going to do like half of it. You know, if he, behaves properly, as they say. It says here, New Jersey man Edward Matthews sentenced to 8 years in jail for hurling racial slurs at neighbor in viral video. Well, that's neighbors, but those people sit there, and they talk about what kind of a nuisance and terror this guy was and the things that he was doing in that community. I guarantee you, hey, if they had to shut him down when he first started doing them things, none of this it would have never even got to this kind of, chaos right here. They should have been shut his ass down a long time ago. That's just what it is. See, I'll say this. Whenever you look to law enforcement to handle a situation and they don't do it, then it's up for the people to come together and get it done for themselves. And that's just what it is. You see? Because look what happened in the end, Now to get into this article right here, it says a white New Jersey man who unleashed a racially charged viral rant and spat at his black neighbors sobbed in court Friday as he was sentenced to a lengthy stay in prison, apologizing for his insensitive and disrespectful words. Edward Cagney Matthews, 47, of Mount Laurel, will be mandated to serve 4 years of an 8-year sentence for pleading guilty to 4 counts of bias intimidation, as well as possession of a controlled substance. Well, no, controlled dangerous substance, that is, with intent to distribute, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer. So not only is this low-life sub is a racist, but he's a drug dealer. Okay? He's even a drug dealer. I saw a video where he actually said, I deal drugs. That's by his own admittance. Okay? Now to continue. Superior Court Judge Gerald H. Breland in Mount Holly made the ruling Friday after a tearful Matthews spent the last 2.5 years locked up in jail. Every saint has a past and every sinner has a future, Matthews said in his statement to the court while shackled and handcuffed. I want to commit to rebuild the community. During his statement, Matthew apologized to the victims for his insensitive and disrespectful words in the past. So it took you getting locked up for you to have this big change of heart. You understand? But you was real bold when you was committing these acts of racism, in that community, Like I said, a little neighborhood discipline would have set you right, in the first place. And this is him right here, of course. Edward Cagney Matthews was arrested in July 2021 after a video of him spewing racist remarks at his neighbors went viral. I'd like to see an up-to-date picture of him. I bet he lost some weight. Stress will do that. Make your ass trim down. You understand? Okay, to continue here, it says Matthews sparked outrage when he hurled racial slurs at his black neighbor in Mount Laurel community following a dispute with his condo complex homeowners that is, association in July 2021, Philly Voice reported. Matthews was captured on footage referring to the neighbor as a monkey and an N-word, of course, while bumping his chest and spitting on the man during the altercation, which was assault, okay? Which is the reason why the black man had every right to defend himself He had every right to defend himself when Cagney actually walked up on him, violated his space, would not move back. That's when he should have, cleared the path with Cagney's ass. And that's just all there is to it. Now I hear a lot of people say, well, I'm not an advocate for violence. Well, I'm going to tell you this. I am when it's necessary. Okay? Because when it comes down to self-defense, there is no such thing as violence. When you are defending yourself, you have every right to defend yourself from a criminal. Okay? And that's what Frank Cagney, well, not Frank, but Edward Cagney Matthews is, as far as I'm concerned. A racist one at that. Goes on to say here, though, during his racist tirade, Matthews challenged his neighbors to come see me and gave out his address. And boy, did he mess up when he did that, because they came to see your fat ass. Boy, did they come to see you. The Mount Laurel Police Department began its investigation into the incident while filing a harassment complaint against Matthews. You see, and like they say, he even told the police, well, you can, arrest me. And the police said, I don't want to arrest you. They was letting this guy do this. All this behavior right here, going all up on the dude, calling him monkey, bumping his chest and spitting on the guy, during this altercation. This is Matthews right here. See, if he had been a lot more humble, he wouldn't be in the situation that he is now. Message to all the rest of you racists out here that think you can do things like this and get away with it. Let me tell you something. Edward Cagney Matthews got off lucky. I'm going to just tell you that. If you want to play around, Edward Cagney Matthews got off lucky. Because if these people had came together and shut his ass down, he never would have even made it to jail in the first place. Just think about it. He would have been humbled a long time ago. So before you go out here and try what Edward Cagney Matthews tried, you better think again. Now, to continue, it says here, officers then received a call a short time after filing the complaint that Matthews was using racial slurs against several other residents and needed to be removed from the area. The video of the altercation went viral, resulting in hundreds of people flocking to his home, chanting his name and calling for his arrest. Matthews, who worked as a construction foreman, was taken into custody on July 5th, 2021, after the protesters surrounded his home, his townhome, located about 17 miles east of Philadelphia. Man, that had to be a sight to see. Look out your door and see this many people. You know what I mean? And they was throwing bottles and all kinds of stuff. Hey, look, this just wasn't worth it. You understand? You don't want this kind of smoke right here. See? You better chill with the racism. People getting tired of this because, if you look in the the crowd, you can see there's even white people out here. There's even white people out here, they gonna be, some of them gonna be, in there too, because a lot of them don't want that kind of smoke. Because for everything a lot of these racist guys do when they go out here and do things like what Edward Cagney Matthews did, they're looking at like, well, you bringing heat on me. And they gonna generalize me and think I'm the same way, and they might try to hurt me. You see, and that's just what it is. Now, to continue, following a more thorough investigation, prosecutors found that multiple complaints had been filed with Mount Laurel Police about Matthews over 5 years before his arrest. Before his sentencing, Assistant Burlington County Prosecutor Jamie Hutchison read victim impact statements from 4 current or former Mount Laurel Condominium Association residents, according to the outlet. The actions of what he did will forever stay a nightmare of the fear and anxiety he bestowed upon me. Matthews' former neighbor Denise Brown wrote in a statement, "I'm constantly looking over my shoulder and trusting no one." Authorities also reveal Matthews frequently called his black neighbors monkeys, put feces on their property, sent threatening emails and letters, and shot their cars with BB well, BBs before his arrest. You hear this? Let's listen to all this right here. Yeah. Bad need of discipline. This one was. I tell you, he was in bad need of it. But anyway, the outlet reported Matthews claimed he was drunk during his verbal assault. Well, you know the old adage saying, a drunk speaks a sober mind. So that's no excuse, okay? You was a racist, and that's what you're speaking your sober mind, okay? The claim was backed up by his now ex-wife, Shannon Schwartzoff. I guess that's that name, Schwartzoff, yeah, who told the Daily Mail in 2021 of her former husband that a lot of his best friends are black. That's what you all say. You all say that, and who cares? You understand? I mean, he's a liar, because ain't nobody in their right mind gonna befriend some white person who's going around calling folks N-words and monkeys. So stop lying. Now, in conclusion here, it says, he was drunk, she told the outlet. He has been having a lot of problems in the neighborhood with the homeowners association. There's been some money gone missing, and he is trying to stop that. Schwarzkopf has since filed for divorce and sold their townhome. That is, Matthews will be credited for the 886 days he has already served and will be eligible for parole in 16 months, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer. Breland also ordered Matthews to pay $4,408 in restitution and undergo racially sensitive training in prison. They always talking that mess, man. Hey, look, get this dude know what it's about. I tell you what, let him go ahead and hang out with the brothers. Put him over in the brothers B or C block somewhere and let them give him some racially insensitive training. He'll learn today, okay? That's what that is. That's all I got on this one, people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular situation right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it in the comment section. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And people, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.